Guten Tag. So I just came across this thing here. I made a video last week or a couple weeks ago about this Kawika Kahiapo anthology. In that I received a, for whatever reason, I don't know what happened. Sounds like they're probably a small organization, but, you know, I showed this thing, and then like last week, I got another one. So I got two. I'm assuming for the price of one. I didn't actually check my bank statement. But then on the back of this one, a handwritten notice, probably from the wife. Very nice handwriting. But it says, "Aloha, Stephen. I apologize for the shipping delay. Please accept a complimentary Aloha Autism CD." That came with the second shipment here. The photo that's their son, who has autism. And these artists came together in support of our fundraising CD, Enjoy Blessings, Laurie and Kawika Kahiapo. That's why you support people like this, man. Not that they sent me two, but that she took the time to write that, and there was no delay. That comes quicker than most things I get. You know, even the second one was still 2-3 weeks, I don't know. But you know, this has like John Cruz, Jake Shimabukuro, Jack Johnson. I haven't listened to it. I don't think it's a new recording, sadly. It would have been just that much better if it had been like unique recordings to the CD. Live ones or something. Henry Capono. Y'all remember Cecilio and Capono back in the 70s? They opened for Frank Zappa. But he has a thing, Henry Capono, every Sunday on YouTube. He puts it out an hour. He plays at Duke's Waikiki, I think's the name. It's a bar for Duke Kahanamoko, who was an Olympian and the first kind of ambassador of surfing back in the late 20s into the 30s, I believe. Might be 30s into 40s, because he lived to into the 90s or 2000 or so, I think. Don't know the details on that. Check him out, you'll enjoy it. But he plays live, you know, and he just plays, you know, everything from Mustang Sally, Buffett tunes, and a few of his originals. But just a quality CD. I remember looking at this and contemplating trying to get it. You know, eBay. Amy Haniala Gilliam, she's like a very well-known sort of like I don't take this negatively, like a Celine Dion sort of Hawaiian singer. She sings, you know, it's high end stuff, you know. But that's I don't know. I guess I do, you know. It's not generally my sort of thing. Just the music, the strings and stuff, you know. And I will amend that. I have some of her music. She put out a good CD a few years ago, duets with all these cool people, Dave Kawika and stuff. And I'm gonna look into whether it is all stringy. Because if it's not, here's the key, dude. I don't care if you got a beautiful voice, but what interests me is that you're not putting synthesizers or using auto-tune. And if you're using natural instruments and just playing from the heart and playing your instrument, that's what I like. I don't like production. Overproduction. It's like, you know, I got music videos and I know exactly what I am. But I would accept my heroes just recording their videos like they do. And I listen to a lot of live music, but I don't need like a well-produced CD from Bob Weir or something, you know? Pick up your fucking guitar and play the songs you got now and with whoever you want and put it out. And they do. A lot of you have access to most of the live music if you so choose to seek it out. Get a little sidetrack. John Cruz is on here. Shine On. See, that's probably just from his album, which is cool that he participated. But I like when they do like songs uniquely for this. But this is just, and I didn't see this originally because it was folded like this. So I just looked at it and I was like, oh, that sucks. They sent me the second one. Then to have that's just fucking touching, you know? That's just awesome. So what I'm going to do, I was just going to send this to a buddy who may or may not even listen to it. He'd probably be more annoyed if I did, so I'm not going to do that. So I got it sealed. I'm going to keep the autism one. But, and I may send them more money, but I'm also going to, if anybody sees this and wants this, the first person who puts something in the comments, and we'll figure out how we can exchange addresses so that, you know, freaks don't fucking steal our information or whatever the scumbags do, that neither you nor I really knows what they're even looking for because we don't even think like that. But if anybody sees this and wants this, it's a great anthology, especially if you don't know them. And there is one tune on here which is unique to this. And it's a tune he did with some guy I didn't even know. But anyway. But it's good anyways. If you don't know him, this is a great place to start, obviously. And you know, there's instrumentals, a lot of slack key guitar and ukulele, but he has songs in English, singing with ukulele guitar, but instrumentals and Hawaiian language songs. Just great stuff. So if anybody sees this, and the first person who puts in the thing, I'll try and, I think hopefully comes in sequentially if I go a couple days without looking. I don't get a ton of views, so, but you want this and we'll play it. And I highly recommend it. You will play it. And it takes a while. Like, I'm really into the Hawaiian music, but right away when you start listening to Hawaiian music, especially like slack key, where it's just instrumental, it can be tough. You're listening to like a Ledward Kapana CD and it's, say, 60 minutes long with 12 songs on there. It's all instrumental. It can be like samey, even though they're not. The more you get to know it, you distinguished, and they're nothing like each other. But at the first run through, you're like, it's just, pleasant music. But you're like, you gotta things that you don't know at all, man. It's like 5, 6, 7 listens before you all of a sudden something will jump out. And that's what happens with me. Is there'll be a melody that I'll be like laying in bed and just something, and I'm like, and I'll think back. I'm like, oh yeah, listen to Stones, Dad. I know that. It's not one of those. I'm like, oh yeah, it's got to be off that Kawika Kahiapo CD or the Ledward Kapana. That one I listened to in the middle of all those other things I know, In fact, I had that happen to me just today or yesterday. There's a melody that, and I think it's a Leftover Salmon tune, but like one that, they got a lot of originals and stuff that I don't know, and Vince does kind of his festival-y type of tunes, and Drew Emmett, the mandolin player, he does his road and traveling and long, missing his home sort of songs. But there's one tune that's sticking out to me, and I got to see if I can find it. I think it's, if it's not, it's going to be a longer search. But it's kind of one of their originals that's kind of seeping up and will be one that I'm like, oh yeah, play that one. So that's it. So yeah, so if anybody wants this, I'll send it to you. No charge or nothing. I'm a music evangelist, man. That's all I'm really trying to do. Hopefully, my limited musical ability will pique your interest about a song or remind you about something you haven't listened to in a while, and you're like, I gotta go out and get that because I don't have it. Or like, what was that? Hopefully I'm just good enough where you're like, okay, yeah, I am interested in knowing about that. And hopefully I'm getting better. So, So that's that. Aloha.